So now let's host it. Let us put it on a server that will obviously be Netlify, so it's free, and we will be doing this. So first, let's go ahead to GitHub, and in GitHub, so I already have an account. You will have to log in, and you can go ahead, head over to your repositories, and here you can click on new repository on the right side here. And once you do this, you can give the repository name. That will be let's say voting app, right? So after this, let's just the description is voting, and you can create the repository. Once the repository has been created, head over to you can minimize this, head over to your Visual Studio Code, and right here, if I'll just make this bigger, and you see that it's been compiled successfully, and then it says npm run build. You can either do it in git bash or here. So we'll build this to create a production build. As I said earlier in the beginning of our when we started with the introduction, I said we can also put it into production, so this is what I meant. So Control C, and we can terminate. Yeah, so okay, this has been terminated. So once we terminate it, let's build it. npm run build. This might take a couple of seconds, so let's go ahead over to our build. So let's head over to after it's done, after it has finished our we can put it into deployment. So once this is done, we can minimize, we can reduce this. All right, so here we can head over to build, right click on build and create a new file, and this will underscore redirects. This is required for Netlify, typically so that you don't get an error. So backslash asterisk space some 3-4 spaces and another backslash, and you can say index.html, and we can give some 2 spaces and you can say 200. You can save this, and once this is done, we are done with our Visual Studio Code for now, so you can minimize this. We'll actually terminate the terminal and then we can minimize it. Head over to git bash, and in git bash, let me make it a little bigger. Alright, so let's increase the size, and let's open up our Google Chrome, our GitHub, and here first let's head over to our our voting app directory. So cd desktop, then React apps, and then we can head over to what have we named it. Let's just check that. Named it as voting, all small. So voting. Alright, so we are in that folder, we are in that directory. So here we can say git init. Now after this we can say git add dot. So don't forget to do this because it has to add all the files to your git. And once this is done, I'm going to clear for now. You don't have to do this. I am clearing it so that you can see it more, because that it has gone to the lower side and it's hard to observe. So after git add, you can commit. So git commits m, your first commits, Now after it has been committed, we can remote add to the link given to us. So we can just copy this and paste it in our Git. That's about it. And then you can push it to your master branch. Here we can push it. So we paste it here, we push. Sometimes it asks for authentication. So if you have created your GitHub account and you haven't logged in or something like that, or if it doesn't recognize, it asks for you to authenticate. So you just have to put in your login username and password, and that will be it. So this is done. You can minimize this and you can reload your repository, and in your GitHub you can see that all of them have appeared. All the files that you have provided has appeared. You can go ahead, check it up. You can see all of these right here. Your build cannot be seen, so don't check about that. You just have to make the changes here in your Visual Studio Code, and all the files are right here. Now once this is done, we will be putting it, we will be hosting it using Netlify. So to do that, head over to netlify.com, and right here we can get started in seconds, and it redirects you to your sign up. And to sign up, I'll be using GitHub because we already have an account that we created together. Now here we've already have one, so we can put a few more sites. Now unless and until it exceeds their free account, you can check that up in their settings and everything, how much is free, how many views, and how many of your deploys can you make, and how many websites you can host. We can host a few. Unless and until it becomes very popular, you don't have anything to worry about. You don't have to purchase anything. So I'll authorize with GitHub. Now once it's authorized, I am going to my voting app, and in my voting app I won't make any changes right here. I'll deploy site, and that's it. Your site has been deployed, and the site is still in progress. If you are deployed, you can change the site settings. I'm going to change the site name to Varun, or we can say destination, or not even destination. You can actually put something as family vacation voting, or something more simpler. Vacation voting. Hopefully no one has taken this up, so let's save this. Okay, so that's not a problem. Alright, it has already been deployed. It's very, very fast. And you can go here. If you want to delete it, you can go to danger zone, delete this site right here. You can delete it. It shows the owner, and it gives you the deploy status. You can build and deploy right here. You can go back, and you can go for analytics. You can see whoever has and forms. You can do a little bit more research about the Netlify form tag, where you have to add a few things. So we can head over to our, if it's working or not, and it's working perfectly fine, and you can make the changes right here. So that's about it, and I hope this was a fun thing to do, and I hope you actually implement this for your next vacation.